Everybody stand so we can do the pledge.
Flags over there, guys.
Go ahead. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, Laura, thanks, and I want to thank Rich for asking me to do this. I'm not a great speaker, but I'm going to do it myself. Anyway, I've been fighting this battle for...
Gotta get the mic closer.
Okay, how's that?
Yeah.
Better? Okay. Since about 1985, when I returned to the States after living overseas for so many years, I came back and I said, what the hell happened to my country? So, since about 95, I put my private life on hold, and I've been fighting this battle ever since. Anyway, subject I want to talk about tonight, as you can see, is political warfare. Okay, our objective is to win the White House. Take as many seats in the House and the Senate as possible. Don't leave them with none. I mean, none. You know, today is a record day from New York. The boulders are rolling down the hill. Okay? Right now, the boulders are about this big. We need those boulders to be about 500 times bigger. Roll them down the hill, roll right over the Democrats and the liberals, which I refer to as communists, as far as I'm concerned. They're communists. Okay? Just so you know, what the time that I spent overseas, I lived in a few socialist countries. Okay, and it wasn't nice. And then take the Senate, same way. Senate, I think, is going to be pretty hard, but I think we can do it. Going through this, I said, you know, I know a lot of you from years by, the last 2 years, you've been involved. Can I see a show of hands if you can read the question? How many people in here went and walked the district? Good chunk. We're gonna need you people. How many people in here have talked on the phone for a candidate? How many people have established precinct teams? How many people have done social media? Good. I hope you all want to volunteer and create your own teams in your areas, in your towns and your cities, because we're going to need you. Go to the next. These are just a few, because when we have candidates, like John Stahl, we've got another gentleman in the back who's running in the 77, when they raised their hand and they said, I need help, we better be there to help him. And it doesn't matter whether we got to drive from Chula Vista up north or from north down to Chula Vista. We should be there to help that candidate if we're going to take back the Congress and the Senate, and if we can take back anything up in Sacramento. So the goal is to set up training teams in your towns and your cities. Next. Political warfare. The aggressor prevails, and we better learn to be the aggressor. You know, I'm sorry to tell you, but conservatives sometimes just kind of go to sleep. Well, hey, you know, we won that battle. Newt Gingrich did it in '94. Looks pretty good. We beat the conservatives. What happened? Everybody went to sleep. Now you see what we got. Maintain the offensive position. Never let them get the upper hand on you. By striking first, we hold the issue. Stay positive, never go negative. Don't let them force you into a negative position. They can call you names, they can call you racist, they can call you SOB. I don't care what they call me. I know I'm going to win. Victory lies on the side of the people who take action and get involved. Phone calling, precinct walking, these are all key issues for candidates. Next. Democrats win by romancing the underdog, i.e. the children. Always the children. They go for the little guy, they go for the emotions. Okay? Control the emotions. Oh my God, those conservatives, they're doing this, they're doing that. If we control the message, we create the winning team. It's a policy of the Democrat Party is a program to help the victims, the women, and the poor children, which is a bunch of bullcrap.
Unless they're not born.
Pardon?
Unless they're not born yet.
Well,
Yeah.
next. Democrats look at this as a war, and they conduct it as a campaign as such. Conservatives, I'm sorry to say again, we don't know how to go to war. We've got to learn how to go to war. I don't mean physical contact. I'm talking about intelligent talking, computer skills, phone banking, all that kind of stuff. What are our weapons? We have iCaucus, and I don't know if everybody in here is familiar with iCaucus. If you would, could I see a show of hands? Okay, so there's about half the room, the other half doesn't know. Okay? I believe there is some literature on one of the tables in the back about iCaucus. It's a great organization. Stephanie tells me it's over there on the table. To the right. The thing about that I know about the Tea Party, we can change. We're not a square wheel. If we need to change, we can change in a matter of days. We don't have a big bureaucracy. It takes us months to figure out how we're going to go and recreate the wheel or create a new wheel. We can do it in a few days. That's the advantage the Tea Party movement has. Again, precincts. Next. Voter education. It's a big issue. You know, select your candidate. Help him out. A good book to read is The Art of War. Anybody in here in the military knows the book and what I'm talking about. Mr. Powell knows. It gives you good strategy. iCaucus vets candidates. Dora is the coordinator for that national-wide. And then we have voter fraud. We have Through the Vote and the Voter Integrity Project. Ruth can tell you about voter integrity. Okay? These are the reference documents that I use to make this presentation. Okay? some very good books you want to read. You should all know this guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Great.
Dr. Frank Luntz. You read this, make sure you read chapter 5. It talks about priority. Dick Morris's book, Revolt. It gives you a lot of good strategy. And the last book is called The Blueprint. This is how the Democrats took over Colorado in 2 years. So, anyway, that's my spiel, and thanks for listening. Yes? Yes, what's your question?
Thank you, Jerry. Okay, did anybody new come in since we started? Okay, so just to tell you, some of the announcements is that this was a closed meeting as far as video and cameras. Also, there are several petitions. There's one at the back table on SB 48. There is one over here on this table where that greenery is, having to do with pension reform. There is one more over here having to do with the redistricting. So please pick up the information. We have several other things that I have been asked to announce. If you look at the agenda that we have for the meeting, you will see one of the first things on here is Agenda 21. There is a flyer over here on this table for a conference coming up in November. And you can please pick that up. This is going to be a wonderful opportunity for you to bring other people. This is a nonpartisan event. If you want to know anything about Agenda 21,